MTX, so Master Template X over there with the trade manager. Very useful box. So we got the MTXs over there, so we can move this one over here actually. MTX, MTX, and one over there, MTX. And we've got everything set up. MTX. I've got my Vola box. You can see this morning was quite slow. Good afternoon, Joe. Just running through some stuff from this morning. One moment. Oh, personal emails there. Just want to post something. Okay, perfect. So, good afternoon, Joe. Good afternoon, Kurram. Good afternoon, Raja. Glad you could all make it. So we're just going through. This morning was quite slow. Yeah, I did 5 trades this morning. 0.4% for this morning so far. Didn't really want to make any more trades because I had quite a long-lasting one with the Dow Jones. So for those of you who were trading this morning, Dow Jones was quite terrible. Look over here, you can see it's kind of just stuck inside the boxes. I actually took this morning a C box, so I entered my box over here, and my take profit was probably over here, and it kept on going in and out of my boxes, and I was in the 9th trade towards the end, and I took out of my trade just before lunch, around 140, so I think it was around here. So it was a very long trade from this morning. I was going the whole day, so I didn't want to make any more trades. Yeah, Joe, the market was pretty quiet. So hopefully we'll see if we can get any more. Let's see what's going on for this today. Again, not so much news coming out today. Tomorrow we have some mediocre, and then again I think Thursday. Is this Thursday? Yes. No, Wednesday. Wednesday is pretty much our last high impact day for everything. So we'll see exactly what the future brings. But for today, this afternoon, we are looking to make some trades. So US dollar has been sort of ranging all day, and I don't really see it making any more moves, to be honest. Hopefully we can find something at least. MTX. Again, New Zealand dollar, US dollar just hit sort of a double top here on all-time high. Not all-time high, on another new high so far. It's really got no stop. So it's waiting to see what happens there. To US 30. Could be a possible signal coming out soon on the Nasdaq. And then we have gold over here. So at least when the rest of the markets are dead, we can sometimes rely on gold to see that there will be a bit of volatility. And Joe, 9 trades, that's not good for the nerves. No, but you know, there were still chances there, so it wasn't the end of the world, and at some point it had to move. I mean, if we go back to, so let me just put that exactly to where it was. So I have my box there. This morning, I entered around here, entered in, so we had the first trade, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, and then we had the ninth over here. And then after we got that ninth, it was just after we got that ninth, it was just a case of letting it rise as it did. If I waited a bit longer, then I could have taken that adjusted take profit that I had. As you know, when we get into such trades as like the sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, as long as we see direction and no reason to hedge the trade, so that we can see that it's moving in the correct direction and it's not continuing to range, we should always try and aim for moving those take profits a few points, because it turned my usual take profit of 10 euros into 95 euro take profit. And then again, it might be a bit nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, it makes up for all of those nerves if it's going in the right direction. And that's the equivalent of 9 other trades. But yeah. So where are we? Currently nothing open. Let's see if we can find something to do. Still no vola boxes in at the moment on the Nasdaq. Only turned out down here and all the way at the top. So we've got around 15 minutes until the market opens for the moment. If it goes that way, yikes. Yeah, well, it's all a waiting game, you know. So if the market's moving, then yeah, of course, let it move. I mean, I was in the ninth trade from here, and then I could see it moving around, and then every time it was coming down, of course, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to hedge now. But then, you know, it was still on the halfway point, and then we got this little push up again. So it's really here. We saw that big push. It hit the ninth trade, and then I thought, okay, maybe we're going to see another big push, and it started to range a bit here. But then again, it held a nice range. So, and then we got another push up, and then another one back down, and then it slowly pushed its way up, especially with the weakening of the US dollar that we had today. So it was worth the wait, you know. But if it was the case of, you know, it was just ranging but inside my box, then I probably would have hedged it, and then I would have opened it up another time, you know, or maybe just taken the loss. It was around a 2.5% loss. So again, not the worst thing in the world. If the market comes down to around this level, it could be a good area for our first SwissBox. So at the moment, some news release. Health officials in Canada, the University of Toronto Health Network Hospital will begin the vaccination with Pfizer vaccine on Monday. So some extra good news there for Canadian dollars. Could be a good signal candle there. Had that signal candle over here from the sun. So as long as we get a nice wick on this and the closing price is outside these two brown lines, this should turn into our next signal candle. We've got around 30 seconds left on it. So this is a great tool with the MasterTemplate X, guys. So I know some of you know it already. For those of you who don't, there's a few simple rules that we need to follow. First one being we're looking for these suns. So red sun here is our swing high, which means we're looking for the next sell signal. A sell signal would be this candle here, well-defined candle. So this line at the end is a wick, and the wick has to be coming out of one end, with the other side being a flat end. And of course, it needs to be half in these two brown lines and half out, with the closing price also outside those two brown lines, which this candle had the signal. Maybe what we're going to see from this signal here is, as it closes, or maybe we just missed it while I was explaining. And then once we decide on our signal candle, we go to set 4. And this is setting, and then we take stop loss and we set it at the last sun. So what we're doing here is we're risking 2.5% to gain 0.25%. Reason for that is we set our stop loss is set 10 times further away than the take profit is to the entry. Still waiting for a signal over on the Nasdaq. And we can take another look at that DAX. So it would have been, could still be a good trade. Said that's a good signal candle over here. And what we can do is take a bigger look at what's going on. Going to confirm that. And then once we've confirmed, we can see this green line here is our entry point. And then here, this dotted red line is our stop loss, and our take profit is just on this line here. So as soon as this red line there reaches down to this red line, it will trigger our take profit. So we're currently in a profit at the moment of €1. But I see this being able to reach that area. And then we can go along and have a look across the other charts and see what's going on. Again, the markets are very stiff this afternoon. It's going to be a difficult process. I think we're about to hit that take profit now. So yeah, if we come in a bit closer. So there we are. As soon as this line touches that red dotted line, we're right there on the take profit. If we really want to, we can also move that take profit down to here. You can modify it at any time. And then instead of gaining that 0.025%, it will actually increase it now to a take profit of, let's have a look, 558. Is that 393, 192005? No, 1905. So that means that would have been 19. Oh, we'll see. So that just hit our take profit over there. What we can do, we just go straight in. They didn't improve it by that much. It took us to 49 instead of our 32. So yeah, our previous take profit was actually set around 32, 34, and we increased that now to 49, just from moving that take profit a few pips, which is of course very achievable, especially when we get lines like this here. We can see that we could have actually moved that further down. And of course, as long as you've got the volatility and the news, we can actually move that further and further away as long as we want. And that will actually really improve our chances of hitting those bigger targets. So we got could take this Fibonacci line here. Oh, that's a DAX, so no, don't want that. Oh. Why do I go ahead without the full signal? The one showing, okay, so I know what you're talking about. You're talking about these things here, Joe. So there's the full signals. So you're saying when I get the signal here, why don't I take it here and put my stop loss and take these take profit areas here? First of all, these take profit areas are a bit further away. One moment, guys. Yeah, so coming back to it, the take profits here. So we can see here that the distance from when we got that signal candle to the stop loss where it should be placed is 542 away. And then we can see that this take profit area is pretty much half of that distance, right? So it's half of that way. Now, because with the trade manager, I'm always using set 4, which places my take profit at 1/10 of that distance. Now over here we can see we could have made that in the end it would have closed over what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 candles, and this is on the 4-hour chart. Yeah. So on the 4-hour chart, you're talking 44 hours. That's nearly 2 days waiting for that. Whether if I can actually open and close my trade on that same candle. We'll come out again and take a look and see what's. So here we go. We got one just over there. So here, another situation. The strategy, the set 4, which I use for the trade manager, is a much more achievable target than to follow the target in which is provided here. Eventually, 9 times out of 10, we should reach these targets, but the aim of the game is to get in and out of these as quick as possible. So right here we've got that. So 1/10 of that will be 18. So, you know, my take profit is here. So I would have reached that over there anyway, maybe half an hour's time. But we're about to get that market opening now, all important time. See if we can find anything to place. It's just that everything's a bit dead at the moment. DAX over there. Not so much going on. We could take this trade here in the hopes that we might get on that big number trade, set it up. What I'm seeing might happen, we might get a dip in the market down to that fib. As we can see here, we've kind of got that one holding its line, and then it's touched again. Maybe if we get it, it will come down, touch our fib, and then get a retracement. So we can set that as a pending order. Maybe we can also set this one up on that vola box, all important vola box. Maybe we'll get dropped down to this big number and then a retracement towards the end. If there's any volatility in the market opening, if there's absolutely nothing, then it's a bit difficult. But at least we've made one trade already. So we've already done that 2.5%. I mean 0.25%. So over here, we've got a possible signal candle coming up. As you guys know, we'll wait for that close. So this could be that signal candle that we want. As long as that closing point is outside of these two brown lines, we'll take that as a signal. Of course, we've already got that signal candle or that arrow coming up as soon as it confirms the dip outside those lines. I think we might have, we just missed that dip, as you can see. And it seems that we missed that the opposite way around. And over here, we've just had a big leap on gold. Oh, wait. What we can do, oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to place it around the daily pivot there. Wait and see if we get a retracement from here. And where was our candle? Yeah, so we still got no candle there. Yeah, we've completely surpassed that area of what we were hoping for. So let's take a look at the vola box. So we've got two pending at the moment. So we've got a signal earlier for Bitcoin, but the spreads on Bitcoin are disgusting. Dow Jones coming all the way down. Very close to triggering that vola box here. But there's nothing really available for us to take at the moment. Yeah, Joe. Dow Jones is not moving one bit really. We had a little spike down here, which would have been good for our vola box. We could have just been in and out of that. But maybe in the next 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, we're going to see some movement. Yep, market was too quick to trigger that last trade. So we've triggered our box here on gold now. First trade open, take profit set. And we've also got, that's the one that's active. Oh wow. Dow Jones had a sharp movement here. Could have activated this box, but fortunately it wasn't active. And yeah, we would have been out of this trade now had it triggered. So let's look to see. And here's our possible signal candle here. Should we get that movement up past? Yeah, so Joe, it's towards the end of the year now, so the trading is going to be not the best. But I guess we'll get some more opportunity. The third trade open on gold now. Oh well. Seems like a good possibility of a buy signal here with the Dow Jones. And of course on the DAX as well, there's more opportunity. So we're getting that signal here. Fortunately, we need to wait for that next candle. We can go to the 1 minute. And of course, we've already got that signal from earlier. Okay, take it back to the 5. See if we can get in with another. gold might be taking its way down as we put that buy on. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was on the. That was over here. So that's that trade closed now. There's another 0.25% achieved. Yep, 0.25% there, 35. Again, they got the volatility there, so there's the opportunity. And over here, we're still in the third trade on gold, so so we've done pretty well. We still haven't closed a single SwissBox yet, but we've done 2 MasterTemplate X's, so we've already done 0.5% there. Hopefully, we'll get this. This will come down on its way, and we'll get the last chance here to. The big number could have also been a good position. I'm sort of dancing at the daily pivot here with gold. And we might have that signal here. So we had that signal was provided, but then we've jumped straight out from it. So we've got that flat candle. As long as in the next 3.5 minutes we get the closing price outside of these 2 brown lines, that will be our signal. So we'll just wait. Again, you already know how it goes. Buy, set 4, drag the stop loss down to the last SAR, and then it will automatically move that take profit into position at 1/10 of that distance. If we receive the signal, then we'll take it, but if not, then missed another vola box there. But then again, I wasn't expecting any kind of volatility from these guys. That's on the hourly chart, and we don't want that. Aha. So yeah, no signal. Seems like we're gonna get a close down. So 5th trade open now on gold. Now we can move that take profit. Just a couple points. You can see the distance of moving it, and it already doubles that take profit target. So it's not to get nervous when we're in these trades, as we've got enough opportunity there. I think with gold, we've got the option to trade 12 positions. So number 5 is not so bad. And of course, with each position that we open, we can also achieve a much bigger target by moving it just those few points while we wait for. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Yeah, nothing coming up at all. So if you get that movement now, yeah, 30. Around $3 of movement required to get it. Let's have a little look around. Quick flick through the charts and see what's going on. Some again, we might get that sell candle here if we're lucky for a few pips. Then again, it's not a very big distance to go. So yeah, so Joe says, I wonder whether the Dow is slow because it's right up its year high. So the Dow is actually at its all-time high, or it's around its all-time high, to be honest. Like if we go to the 4-hour chart, you can zoom out. we can see that we're actually at the all-time high here. Daily, weekly, we're actually at the all-time high over here. So that does have a part to play, but there's also the fact that so we're just bobbing around. The all-time high was actually here the other day, but we're bobbing around that area right now because it's the end of the year, so things are starting to close. Not much is going on, but so that's why everything's a bit slow at the moment. As you can expect, there's not a lot of news that's going on. Seems gold just missed our take profit area. So you're pretty lucky if you can catch any kind of volatility anywhere, really. So we'll wait and see if we can catch any signal here on New Zealand dollar. No, it could have been a signal candle there. It says it was a signal, but no, it would have been a signal anyway. So where's gold at anyway? Let's see. Very close to our take profit now. We're actually on the original take profit line. Maybe we can also just move that down, at least to double up on it. While we wait for that signal on. So I think this might be the last trade for the day. The only SwissBox trade that we've made this afternoon. But we did make, so let me check. So 140. If we take that 140 so far from the day, minus 55 from the 140, that's what, 95 more or less? Let's call it 90 euros so far. So we actually did half of 1% just on this afternoon, and we've got 0.4% there. So we're almost up to that 1% for the day. Just waiting for this SwissBox on gold to close, and it should put us right up there with that full 1%. So we're getting that movement down right now. Hopefully, it seems like we might have just missed that area down here. We can also just manually close that on the next push down if we get there. Yeah. It will be the case that it doesn't push down at all now. So we might have missed that chance, but I'm sure it will come back. So we can probably close that one then. Yeah, perfect. So they'll go 149. Check the vola box, 0.46%. So just below that 1% for the day so far. Maybe 0.04%. But close enough, guys. There's still some opportunity that we could take, but we're not going to push it. The markets are pretty dead, so we can see that even that last trade on gold was very sketchy, to say the least. There's not a lot going on. Last trading week of the year, so it's, to be honest, you'd be lucky with anything that you get, really. It's quite surprising that we've done so as much as we have done today. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, or at least followed along for a couple of trades, maybe one or two. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Tomorrow there's a lot more. Is it tomorrow? So Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday there's also not so much going on. We might have around here. It's pretty good. And Wednesday looks like it should be a good day around the same time, especially in the evening. So maybe on Friday, is that Wednesday, Thursday morning, there might be a bit more to do, or a few more trades that we can try and squeeze in. But thank you guys for watching. If you've been following along, if you have any more trades open, good luck. We'll get back at it tomorrow. Live room starting at 7:45. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.